Meusa.
Go.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from around the world. This is Talking to Tom Radio and Profiles. This is your host, Desmond Klein, live and direct from Georgetown, Guyana. We are in the national park. Actually, right now, there's guys playing football. Yeah, turn it around, please. Football in the park. They just finished halftime.
You ready?
I guess they finished. See, they pick up the goalpost. And I'm here with one of Guyana super athlete and the Caribbean super athlete. He's actually a personal trainer and one of the best in the Caribbean. His name is Paul Meusa. Did I pronounce your name
Yeah,
right?
you got that.
Right?
You got that.
Paul Meusa. I just met him. I just saw him running around the park with one of his athletes, one of his personal
Clients.
clients.
Yeah.
One of his clients. He's supposed to meet some more here. But I saw him working out and then they stopped where I was doing my little rope, my electric band, elastic bands or band work, as we call it, in the national park. And Paul,
Yeah.
you've been doing this from our little conversation we had like half an hour ago. You introduced me to Paul Meusa, and I heard that name, Meusa,
Meusa, yeah.
as I heard that name before. And when you told me you're a cross trainer, you're a personal trainer, you're a bodybuilder, martial arts,
Table tennis,
running, and the whole works, I said, I gotta do a profile in this guy because I don't know if I'm gonna see him again, And I know I could have seen him because I could have just get his number. But you know me, I'm spontaneous. If I see something that I'm interested in, I go after it. So Paul, his story is interesting to me because once I start having the conversation, I could look at his body and I'm like, this guy is into something. I don't know what he was into, but I said, I'm going to find out before I leave this park. So I saw him and I said, I'm going to just have a conversation with him and see where it leads. And it leads to this profile.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Tongue Radio, and we're gonna have a good time here. The sun was up. We took a few pictures. It started drizzling a little bit. Well, you guys know it's December. It's like about 7 to something degrees now.
Yeah, there
7 to 9 or something like that, around that. In Guyana, beautiful Guyana. I always can't wait to get home. Paul,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure meeting you, my brother. And from our conversation, I see you're a very interested person. And you actually, I like to look at the camera sometimes because I like to don't focus too much on who I'm talking to, but I like eye contact.
Yeah, man.
So the cameras should be in my face, in our face,
Right.
but we don't have a camera. We have a camera person in training. Right. But so we're going to be looking back and forth at the camera, right?
Sure.
So you've been doing this for how long? How long you been a trainer?
A trainer. I've been a trainer for a little over a decade. So 11, by the end, that was December, so it's about 12 years now.
Probably.
12 years I've been a trainer.
And you was born and
Born, raised
in
Guyana.
Georgetown?
Yeah. Georgetown, yeah.
Georgetown. How old are you?
I am 37 years old. 37 and a half.
Oh.
In May, I'll be 38.
Oh, you could be my son. I have a 37-year-old.
Yeah.
37-year-old. So you've been doing this for over a decade.
Yes, over a
as
decade.
a personal trainer.
As a personal trainer.
And
But
so
that is not that. But I have been in and around fitness and sports. Has been my life.
yes.
You know.
And you're a natural bodybuilder and all that.
Body. Yes. I've never used any performance enhancing substances.
AKA juicing, as we call it in the States.
Yeah.
You know, so
I-
you're natural.
Good. So I started so young. I started with running and football. You know, So I went to St. Stanislaus
I was
College.
about to ask you that.
Uh,
And your primary school before?
It was Comenius Primary. That's in Queenstown, the Moravian school.
You went to Saints?
I went to St. Stanislaus College.
My son went to Saints, and he's around your age.
So what's his name?
Ray Klein.
Ray. I'm
Gotcha.
currently here. Yeah, but we'll get to that. I probably do
Yeah.
know him.
Yeah, he actually went to Roses first.
Roses first.
Yeah,
He came
then-
across in about fourth form.
And then he went to.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
But when you tell me your age, I'm like,
yeah. So in Saints,
just clicked
I
with me. You went to Saints.
started running and football. I used to play for St. Stanislaus College, and mind you,
Football?
yes, a decent football player because in the year 1998, it's probably the only time since maybe the 70s that Saints won a football competition. So we were a very good bunch.
wow.
So I played football. Then somehow a stroke of genius happened. I know they say some things. Every disappointment is for a better appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So I damaged my knee, and during that year, I started to play table tennis.
Mhm.
Let's just say that led me to be a national table tennis player for about 14 years.
Wow.
That is
So you
not-
travel a lot being a national.
Yes. yes.
Which countries you travel playing table tennis?
Oh, many.
Yeah.
So USA, of course, played there for a while. I've been as far as the Middle East. I've been as far as Iran.
Wow. You won anything there?
Actually, we did do pretty well. That was a world tournament,
Wow.
and Guyana reached the quarterfinals.
Whoa.
So
I never heard about that.
That was major.
Yeah.
That was in 2003.
2003.
So that was major. Guyana's world ranking as a team ranking went up exponentially after that tournament.
Right.
So I played all across the Caribbean, Central America, Dominican Republic. How many places I've traveled? I've traveled the globe. So it has
table tennis.
table tennis.
And so with your personal training, you probably was in competition with personal training.
Good. So now there's at this stage in my life, as I was telling you, I'm no longer about aesthetics. I'm more about performance.
Mhm.
So I'm into what is called CrossFit. It came about as a worldwide thing just about 2008.
Mhm.
So there's the Reebok CrossFit competition.
Right, I know about that.
Good.
Right.
So it is worldwide now.
Mhm.
So there's the CrossFit Open where anyone can
Right,
enter.
right.
So we have our CrossFit competition here in Guyana.
You guys have a team? Guyana have a team?
It's not necessarily a team sport as yet, because it is about finding the fittest person.
Right.
If there's a competition, so there are competitions around in the Caribbean, Trinidad, St. Lucia, Barbados. There are a few countries that.
What I should have asked you, are you the only Guyanese that take part?
No. So Guyana we have had our own CrossFit competition here since
I saw some.
2015.
Yeah, I saw some.
It started. I am one of the original competitors. There are about 5 people in Guyana that's competed every edition of the Guyana
Maybe
CrossFit.
that's where I know the name, because I look at some of those.
Good. So I am a well-known CrossFit athlete. However, I'm more known. I see myself as a trainer, a lifestyle advocate. So I exemplify what I teach. So primarily, my intention is I was never intended to be a bodybuilder, but I thought the best way to inspire is to live. So I was a national table tennis player. You could find articles about me being termed a lanky table tennis player. So I was really skinny. So imagine me on stage, 180 with some muscles and stuff. People could tend to now believe that, hey, it's possible to move from a fine man to a muscle man.
Right. So you inspire a lot of people.
I inspire people by living. So my clients, when they come around, you know what I mean? Many trainers, they're banging it. You can do better.
Right.
And at times when the client needs a bit of push and a bit of motivation, they look across and they see the trainer's tummy all the way out here. They're like, nah, but he can't do this. Why are you pushing me?
Right.
In my case, it's the reverse. They want to be like me. They want to push as hard as I push. You understand? Because they get to watch me out there doing my thing. So it inspires them. So most of my clients, I exemplify what I teach.
Right.
So I'm trying to teach
You know,
everybody to be healthy.
you
So I
just touch,
exemplify that.
you just touch on something and it makes me chuckle when you say you personal trainer, your belly's out there. You know, who's gonna come to you? You know, I mean, but it's funny that you said that because I see personal trainers run around this park since I get home, and their tummies out there.
Out there, yeah.
And they used to be national
National
players,
athletes and
national
stuff, yeah.
athletes and stuff. But I guess people go to them because they know that they know
They
their
know
thing,
some stuff.
right? But seeing is believing,
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as I'm concerned, if I'm going to a personal trainer. And I would come to a person that looks like you if,
Yeah.
if I'm trying to be
And you
the
can-
best me that I
Yeah,
could.
yeah.
And so we're going back now to, let's go back to your younger days. From being a
Table tennis player, running.
table tennis and into athletics where it's running, right?
Yeah.
From that, you got into martial arts? Because I know martial arts always start from a young.
Yeah, martial arts was younger.
You-
Yeah,
for
actually, in the younger days. So 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's around my time.
Good. And then I went into high school and I actually got pretty serious with football.
Mhm.
So you had less time. So it's either when school is over, it's either you go to martial arts
Martial arts,
training
yeah.
or go to club.
Yeah,
you know,
it was
so-
hard. It was hard. cutting
Good, so
both, yeah.
so good.
I know
So
that way.
I phased out of martial arts a little bit. You would still do your own little training
Yes,
on
yes,
your own time,
yes.
because it's a discipline.
And it's
you
in
know.
your blood.
Yeah, it's a discipline. So it's the art of self-defense. So you know,
Right.
you develop a discipline,
Right.
And that is important for people out
Very,
there.
very
So
important.
when you learn your martial arts, is not to be obstructive or to hurt someone. But to teach yourself that personal discipline. For the first option is to walk away
Walk
from a
away
fight.
or run.
Yes, or run if you can. But if necessary, and you would hope that
If you're back against the wall,
exactly,
you know something
yes,
to defend yourself.
yes, you can save your own life.
Yeah.
Good. So
I like the way you put it. You
yes,
said
yeah,
you
so
know.
yeah, so you know, phased out of martial arts into football, running, and I was a pretty versatile athlete because of the football, you had great endurance, and obviously being a striker, you had some speed.
Right,
You know,
right.
so I was a pretty versatile athlete. So I was one of those athletes that the house was glad to have. I could run anything.
Right.
You know,
Right.
yeah, but table
So
tennis.
you do inter-house, you took part in the inter-house?
Yes,
and-
yes.
and
You know that rich culture.
Yeah.
So I passed through many sports, and you know, during that time still you played some cricket. So I played some cricket, I played some basketball. Every sport, man. You did volleyball. Saint started badminton.
Right.
I played some badminton. I played some hockey. You know, as long
So
as
you
there
play
was a
basketball for Saints too?
sport. Not necessarily.
But you play basketball?
No, I played like you know, we had like at the farm level, but I was never that good to represent the whole team. But I remember in third form, we had like a competition about under 15, 16, thereabout. So not overall Saints, because again, they're about the third form level, right about where I started to get really serious with table tennis. Most of the other sports started to decline.
Right,
You know,
right.
because you know
One
you-
have to give, something have to give if you're getting serious with one.
and that is a message I will share. So hard work and dedication is what gets you to the top. You have to put in the hours, and this is for potential athletes out there. You have to put in the hours that you're disciplined. You know what I mean? That's why it's called a discipline.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't. So talent alone will not get you there. You must add talent and the hard work. So
And-
you know, I started to really put in the hard work into table tennis. So I had to pull back on many of the other sports.
And one other thing too, your diet have to be
Ah.
on point. And we was talking about diet
Yeah,
before,
man,
right?
yeah.
And I came to find out he knows a lot about Dr. Sadie too, right? And he spoke on one thing that I want you guys, my family members especially, that like milk, powder milk and all type of milk. There's no such thing as skim milk, which is milk is milk, right? Low fat milk, milk is milk, and none of them is good.
All right,
Do you
good.
agree with me?
Good. So this I usually like to explain diet and nutrition and lifestyle in the most natural way. All right.
Yes.
and I'll throw the question at you, and you be the judge for yourself. Good. In all life, animal in the animal kingdom, all mammals, milk is used as a easily digestible form of food for a suckling young.
Up to a certain age.
After, follow me, after you've been weaned from milk and you move on to whatever your hard diet is, whether it's grass, whether it's hard meat or other animals, you never go back to milk. So we're the only human beings are the only species on the planet that after we've passed the baby stage, we use milk. Secondly, we're also the only species that uses milk from another species. Baby goats drink goat milk. Baby dogs drink dog milk.
Oh my God!
Baby,
I'm glad you say that, not me. 'Cause I sound like a broken record. I say the same thing he's saying.
And we're here,
Oh my goodness.
and we're here like we're young cows. No, we're human beings. So if you're gonna drink any milk, I would say you're probably safe for pulling out your wife's breast and take it.
If it got stuff in it.
And it got some stuff, you're probably safer doing that.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
you're past the stage from milk where milk is of any use to you.
Right.
The nutrition that you need is found in much harder food. So you've passed the milk stage. There's no need for milk. Good. So that's 2. Now 3. All milk does after it enters your body, it adds to every inflammatory condition that there is. It produces more mucus and inflammation in the human body than anything out there. Why do you think if you get sick and you go for some medication, the first thing they'll tell you not to use milk?
But at the same time, you look and see on the TV, they tell you
milk does the body good.
Milk does the body good.
There was an advertisement that started in the early 80s that but there's no medical research behind it. No medical research that milk has the amount of calcium and stuff that you need. Green leafy vegetables have more calcium and iron than anything that any milk can offer. So milk, and the proof is in the pudding. I can tell you, I will give him some photos of me competing CrossFit. And many people can probably remember this. About 2 CrossFit editions ago, this is 2018. I competed CrossFit heavily strapped up. My knee was in the hardest knee sleeves that possibly could. Had the metal around it. That's how bad my knees were.
Wow.
You understand? My knee.
So
my
you had
shoulder,
information
my knee, my shoulder. I used to suffer mad pains. Now 2 years later, I'm older. You would think my joint pains are supposed to get worse.
Right.
But I took milk out my diet. Now I can squat that weight and more, compete CrossFit, no knee sleeve, no. I was heavily strapped, heavily KT tape. I don't have that now. You understand? And I'm 2 years older. But I just took out milk out my diet.
You see, it's not only me saying these things.
So this
you just have to
this
research
is proof. This is proof. And I'm 2 years older. I took milk away from my diet, and my joints have gotten progressively better. So, and not just I would say, I'll take this chance to lead right into everything is about your lifestyle. So I just didn't take milk out my diet, and I sat down from my chair to the couch and whatever. I continued exercising.
Yes.
So I exercised my joints, and they got progressively better. But it started with the diet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So you heard what he said about coming from the couch, not from the bed to the couch, and
to your car seat.
To your car seat. That
to the bar chair.
To the bar chair. Here he actually exercised. So his diet is going to be actually different. He have to have more salt in his diet because he's more active, right? So the right salt, he just have to pick the right salt. But he have to have the certain carbs in his diet, right? But it's not like a regular person who don't work out. You can't eat the same the same amount that he eats.
Right on point, Desmond.
Right?
Right on point.
You can't eat the same amount because you are not burning it up. He's burning it up.
Yes.
So you have to have a balance. If you're not active, you have to watch your diet. When I say watch, I don't like to use the word diet. You have to change your lifestyle of eating if you want to be fit, if you want to be healthy. You have to cut out a lot of things out of your diet if you want to be healthy.
Your diet, I teach it simply. Your diet must match your lifestyle. So whatever are your nutritional needs, that is what you use. So the first tip is you eat for nutrition and not satisfaction.
Action.
So most of us, we eat with our eyes.
Mhm.
It looks good, you know what I mean? It must be this, it must be this much.
Oh my
you
God.
understand?
Yeah.
So yes.
Everything's in potions, people. Potions.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Some people say I need protein, but buddy, if all you did as again that same lifestyle, if all you did for the day was move from your bed to the couch to your car seat to your office chair, back on your bar chair, then into your couch and onto your bed, how much protein do you think you need? You understand? So you can't go having a bucket of chicken. You know what I mean?
And by the way, right? You guys that know me knows I use only one bean, and that's the super bean that a lot of people eat and don't even know it's good for you. That's garbanzo beans, aka chickpeas, aka chana.
Yeah.
Right? It's packed with proteins, packed with fiber. They have iron.
And even have some carbs in it.
It's have carbs in it. super food.
Good. So if we're on the issue of carbs, you know what I mean. So it's about choosing the healthy sources. Part of a great part of dieting is about avoiding hyperglycemia. That's those spikes in your blood sugar. And when you're in your choice of carbohydrates, this can be done easily. You can choose more complex carbs as opposed to the ones who have just mono. So complex carbs are like a superfood.
Right.
Oats. So whole grains, generally, whole grains provision, they're generally complex. So they're packed with minerals. Most of them are packed with protein, and you get some carbs from them. Right. And the best part about being complex is that the energy is released over a long period of time. So I'll leave this tip with you. Many people don't know this. Sweet potatoes are probably one of the remnants of where we came from, Africa. You know, sweet potatoes are not indigenous to the West Indies.
Right.
It came from Africa in slavery. So what the white man found, that he put us out there 13, 14 hours, he gave us one meal, sweet potatoes in the morning. And after 13, 14 hours of work, we still had energy. Because with the sweet potato, the energy was released over time.
Right.
You know, so the black man was out there strong.
Not the English potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Those are
so good. So here's what he found. So he's starting to get scared now because as a master, it's only a little bit of you versus all these slaves. So he's starting to get scared now. So he's like, no, we can't have these people looking this strong. So guess what he introduced? Rice.
Rice.
You understand? He introduced rice. And now it's left as part of our Caribbean culture. It's left as culture for most of the Western world. But rice, you eat that because it's not a complex carb. The energy, it spikes your glycemic index, it spikes your blood sugar, so you have energy for a while, and then boom, about 3 hours later, you're crashing, your blood sugar comes down, your energy level comes down, you feel like crap, and you need to eat again. Maybe many of you now try to replace that, and you might replace that with a Coke, because you think you need energy. Again, caffeine is not a horrible thing.
Right.
But then your blood sugar, because you always got to eat rice and some more rice,
Right.
you know what I mean? And it does no good. Your blood sugar is up, it's down. You're taking in lots of calories that you don't need. When you can simply take a nice portion of sweet potato, and your body it's released gradually as you use the energy, and you're fine. You know what I mean? So the source of your carbohydrate, yes, your body naturally, for its activity, it's your preferred source of energy if we look at bioenergetics. But, the sourcing of the carbohydrates, its preparation is also important. I know you use more like quinoa. Many of the people, so that too, the glycemic index is a bit, lower.
And my wheat is spelt flour and cumin flour.
Exactly. So there are many healthier sources of carbs that the glycemic index is low, and the energy is released over time, making it much healthier for human consumption. So it's about getting that education, and not again. And with rice, because it's almost empty calories, you need a whole lot. You understand? You put some quinoa, it's about this much quinoa.
Yeah.
It's going to be enough.
Quinoa, you just use a handful of quinoa.
And it's
high in fiber, high in iron, protein. And it's very good for your body. And it digests. Your digestive system works like a clockwork. If you're eating right, you're supposed to go to the bathroom.
You're supposed to go
right?
regularly.
Every meal, if you're eating the right meal, you're supposed to go to the bathroom. My wife always tell me, you live in the bathroom. I said, because I eat the foods that take me to the bathroom. One of the things I wanna touch on, and it was very important, I know you know this, is iron.
Yeah.
Because iron builds your immune system, especially what's going on right now with the COVID. You need your immune system to be very high. So one of the iron that people when they hear iron, they run to the drugstore to buy over-the-counter iron, which is no good for you.
Yeah.
Right? You need plant-based iron. And plant-based iron comes from different sources. One of the sources that is natural that you guys gonna get here is you guys could get kale, because kale is now grown in Guyana. Kale is very, very good. Kale is 10 times better than callaloo and spinach and those things. It's very good for you. And it's packed with iron, packed with fiber, and a whole lot of other stuff. You guys just do the research. Don't take my word for it. Everything I tell you, don't take my word for it. Well, one of the other things, I'm going to name a few herbs that you could use. It's hard to get in Guyana. I heard some of them you could get. One of them is burdock root. One of them is yellow dock root. Those things are kind of expensive. I get it overseas. It comes from other places, but you can get everything over there. I mean, you could get stuff here too, but it's going to be very pricey, like it's pricey there. Because being a vegan, especially an alkaline vegan, is very, very expensive. But I look at it in the other way. Hospital bill is more.
But I like that word you use there, alkaline. We're in a COVID crisis,
right?
A health crisis, and I would submit to yourself and the viewers out there that this is a basic fact. No virus or bacteria
that is natural
can exist in an alkaline environment.
Right.
So
that is natural.
So it behoves us to alkalize our body.
And it's very easy. I'm gonna give you.
So we're going with this. We're going with this, buddy. You understand? So the answer to a health crisis is not running around and sanitizing the world.
Oh my goodness!
You cannot do that. It's impossible. It's impossible. You know what I mean? You're in grade school. You're prep-A, whatever you call it. You understand? Prep-A, whatever you call it. They let you know that germs and viruses and bacteria are all around us. So it's about our hygiene, and it's about that big thing known as your immune system.
Exactly.
Good. So,
and that's where the iron comes in.
Good. So iron, and we're talking about alkalizing the body.
Right.
Most Guyana is blessed. Most fruits. When I say most fruits, even the ones that are non-traditional, because when we talk about vitamin C, most of you only know about oranges and cherries. Mind you, when a simple pineapple, as sweet as it may taste,
lime actually,
can alkalize the human body, maybe even double an orange.
You guys got a lime here that is regular lime, and we call it key lime.
So
it's actually very expensive in America, but it's the little lime with the seeds in it that you guys have here.
Yeah.
I use that all the time.
So
You just put out in, just cut one, put it in water, hot water, or you could put it with ginger. I had some this morning, right?
I think the pH content for that is about 12, 13.
Oh my goodness!
Somewhere about that. It's
You-
pretty
when
high.
you drink that,
It's pretty high.
you could actually feel it. You could actually feel your body just turning from no energy. Like when you wake up in the morning, you wake up like,
Yeah.
You drink that. I drink that. I drink water, actually, warm water with
Like
lime
bits of lime. That's a
before I
good-
brush my teeth.
That's a good.
Always drink your water before you brush your teeth. And actually drink it before you brush your teeth and before you go to bed. Half an hour before you go to bed. I'd say an hour before you go to bed. And then you brush your teeth.
Yeah, so find those fruits. Most fruits, when digested, are serve to alkalize the body. Even if I said fruits like avocado that we love.
Very
My personal favorite.
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate. The pH level
Level.
in that is super high.
Super high.
You know what I mean? So you might think that you
Super.
just need to take these
Yeah.
sour tasting fruits that you don't like, but you check the pH content of all of the other fruits. So fruits, I would say is the champion, or the unheralded champion in terms of dieting. For many of us, we talk about our macros. We get, we're always talking about our carbs, our protein, even iron. But in a health crisis, I saw a meme, and he's like, when the pharmaceutical aisle is empty and the fruit stand is full.
Cool. I saw that. I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah. We have no idea how the human immune system works.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you create an alkaline environment in your body. Trust me.
They say it's sad. It's sad. It's sad
You
when
know
they,
what I mean?
It's sad when the pharmaceutical.
COVID, Corona,
Yes.
I'm not talking. It's just a family of viruses. None of them could exist in your body if your pH level in your body
It's
is
high.
high. Is on the alkaline side. So so viruses, bacteria, they only exist in an acidic environment. So,
Right.
So it serves. So have enough water. Start with water.
Very important.
In alkalizing the body, using enough water is key.
You should actually drink like a gallon of water a day because your body made out of your body's like 85%.
So,
But a lot of people don't do it.
so I mean, we have to run like a whole segment on the benefits of water.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
other time we'll
Yeah.
catch an interview.
I'm going to exchange numbers with
Yeah, where we
with
do-
you.
where
I'm going
we
to do.
do-
Actually, I'm going to call you if I don't get you this time. I'm call you on the Zoom, or we're
Yeah.
going to do the live out to the studio.
No problem.
Right.
So
Like
we
that.
can do one day a whole thing on water because
Yeah.
and I think I'll just encapsulate everything
Yeah.
here. We are a product of our lifestyle. Your lifestyle is made up of four main things, are the pillars of health.
Right.
The pillars of health are your water intake, your rest,
Very
Your-
important. Say that again. Say that again.
your rest,
Rest. Very important.
your input, or your diet, nutrition, and your output, your exercise, your physical activity. These four